A pretty remarkable play opened at the Churchill Theatre this week. It's a one-woman show based on the character of Molly Bloom from James Joyce's modernist masterpiece Ulysses. She was the woman whose sexual frankness led to the novel being banned internationally when it was first published. It's being performed by a woman who's also been banned for her outspoken views of her time. This is EARTHA Kitt's first appearance at the festival, and it's a famously complex role. But if anybody can make the part their own, then the actress described by Orson Welles as the most exciting woman in the world, the old-fashioned girl who put the grrr into Catwoman, is probably the one.
Bloom. Molly Bloom. I never thought that would be my name. I used to write it out to see what it looks like. Molly Bloom, you're looking blooming. An old-fashioned girl with an old-fashioned mind.
EARTHA Kitt's life story is the stuff of legend. Born in the Deep South as a result of the rape of her mother by a white plantation owner's son, she clawed her way to international success as a cabaret singer and actress at a time when prejudice in the United States was rife. Her defiant femme fatale persona has proved both a help and a hindrance. In the early 60s, powerful men like Orson Welles fell under her spell and her career flourished. But her anger at injustice has always been a feature. At a White House lunch in '68, she was forthright with the First Lady.
It was apparently an embarrassing moment for Mrs. Johnson. Do you have any regrets about that?
No, I don't have any regrets about it at all. Why should I be upset by the fact that she was embarrassed? That's her problem.
As a result, EARTHA was blacklisted by the CIA and didn't work in the States for the next 12 years. The intervening years, though, have been fruitful, and she's been elevated to icon status by the gay community. Yes is her first legitimate theatre role for 10 years, and at 66, her first ever at the festival. Why did you choose Molly Bloom?
Well, when the script was brought to me, and I read it first, I thought, yes. Because being a woman, and a very real woman, and loving men the way I do, I just wish that men were much more sensitive to the woman's needs. And such as Molly says, a woman needs to be embraced 20, 30 times a day just to feel that she's wanted, she's loved by somebody, Lord God. And it isn't that we want to be hugged and kissed every minute of the day, but just a little, once in a while, send a rose or two to show appreciation.
The play's title and the character of Molly Bloom is taken from James Joyce's novel Ulysses. The final section of the book features Molly's sexually frank thoughts in the form of a continual stream of consciousness.
Yes. But when I lit the lamp, he must have come 3 or 4 times. When I took off all my things, after I pulled the blinds down, of course, and all my preparing and perfuming and preparing and perfuming, there it was, sticking out like a piece of iron, like some kind of crowbar, straight as a hat rack.
How difficult is it for an actress to take on this role and make it convincing?
Impossible.
Why?
Because it is a tremendously dramatic monologue, but it demands a total concentration of what appears to be one absolutely endless sentence, though Richard Ellman has suggested it's 8 sentences. But be that, whether it is or it isn't, the complications, I think, would be absolutely insuperable.
What do you think a Joycean expert would make of your production?
I have no idea. And frankly, to tell you the truth, I couldn't care less.
Why not?
Because why should I? They have their opinions, and I am doing what I want to do. Why should I be restricted about whatever they feel about James Joyce?
Is it relevant whether or not you're being true to the book?
No.
So you're using the text as a vehicle to do what you, EARTHA Kitt,
Yes,
want to do?
I'm just taking the character and treating the character as I see the character. And if it has not to do with James Joyce, then it has not to do with James Joyce, according to the authorities.
We invited the authoritative Owen Dudley-Edwards to review Yes for us, along with Marsha Hunt, who, like EARTHA, is staging a one-woman show in Edinburgh.
Suppose I never come back? Maybe I'd just go around the world, going and going and going and never coming back. Just doing concerts for the rest of my life. And there are trains, hot breathing to the platform edge of fate and time. And men who travel always further than their fare, to somewhere else that's on the border of nowhere. Way down the line. And there are trains, enveloped in a station pall of dirty grays, where second-hand despair and hope go side by side, and grizzled engineers who, like the steed they ride, knew better days.
I wanted to enjoy it. I probably enjoyed it less than I expected to. I loved the music. I thought it came very alive when she started singing the Asnova song.
Yeah.
I don't know what I expected to be, but it was slightly different. But it was interesting. I wanted it to jump out at me, and it didn't quite do that.
Owen, did you think it was successful?
Well, it was a wonderful privilege to see and to hear Eartha Kitt. I'm very glad I did. I thought the marvelous, rich sensuality of her voice was an extremely fine thing to have the opportunity to consider in the context of the Molly Bloom soliloquy. But it certainly wasn't the Molly Bloom soliloquy. It was nowhere near it.
Owen, knowing the book as you do, is it relevant whether or not this piece was true to Joyce? As a piece of theatre, is it important?
Yes, it's intensely important.
No, it's not.
Right, why isn't it?
Well, because, I mean, I don't think they took the piece on to make it relevant to Joyce. In a funny sort of way, what I think is exciting about the piece, if there's something exciting, is they've popularized it so that there were people there in that audience who would not have necessarily gone to see Joyce. They were really there to see Eartha Kitt.
And I put my arms around him. And I pulled him down to my breasts, all perfume. And I said, yes, I will. Yes.